Here with the Stomping Ground, we have got the busiest man I know. Everyone thinks Eddie's the busiest man. You are the busiest man I've ever met in my life.
I'm good at paperwork.
No.
I sit on the background. I stay out of the way.
You like flying private?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Unfortunately, I can't afford it myself yet. So it's only when someone else pays.
Oh, okay. But
So-
how's things, mate? Mr. Frexworth, for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, good mate, good. Keeping busy, keeping out of trouble, travelling a lot, but it's all good fun. It's going well. Boxing's in a great place.
Well, but no small part to you, I would say, in that. No. I feel like you get a lot of the deals done in the background.
I try to be the politician in the background.
Can I ask, this might not even go in, this is just for me. Yeah. You was nasty to Mr. Ben Shalom. Why is that?
I don't like it. You're not, but the reality is, I'm quite a straight up person.
Yeah,
right? I don't
noticed,
mince my words. I'm honest, and I just have an opinion, and that's my opinion. I don't think it's going to change. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. Like, there's a lot of people I don't like, right?
Yeah, but you can still do business.
But I still do business.
Absolutely.
And there's no emotion there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm emotionless when it comes to business. You have to be. Personal life, I'm a different person.
You could be a serial killer. Is that what you're telling me? Potentially.
No, I'm not. I'm too soft. But like personal life, different person. But business, it is what it is.
Yeah,
don't take
I get
anything
it.
personally. And look, it doesn't mean I can't do business with the guy, but I just have my view on him. And people may not agree. Maybe I shouldn't say it on camera, but it is what it is.
Well, better to be straightforward, doesn't it?
Exactly. At least you know where you stand.
Absolutely. We're up here today. I want to be honest, a little bit disappointed in the presser. It was a bit flat, a bit nice, a bit, I don't know. I was expecting a bit more.
You staying for the weigh-in?
I'm staying for the whole weekend.
Whole weekend?
Yeah.
I think the weigh-in's going to be tasty. I think this has gone on so long now.
Yeah.
Forget like about even the 2 years before. The month extra added as well.
Yeah,
I think that sort of, they just want to get in there.
Okay.
I think the weigh-in tomorrow is going to be interesting. I think fight night there's going to be fire between the two of them. It means so much to both.
Absolutely.
Of them. I think it's going to be a big night. It's going to be a big night.
How come you did it privately? Yeah, normally there's a public workout and the ego's a bit higher.
I think if we did it in either Manchester or Glasgow, different story. Obviously, we're in Leeds. The fight sold brilliantly. We'll be packed out in there on Saturday night, but the fans don't come in.
Yeah.
Some tomorrow, mostly on Saturday.
Yeah.
So we wanted to, focus on the media. As you saw, there was a load of media.
Oh,
in
absolutely,
there today. And also make it about the media. It's here for the media to get their quotes, they get their comments. So that for us was the focus today. But Saturday, you're going to see some atmosphere in there tonight, on Saturday night.
So you spoke about boxing in a great place. Obviously, you was out there last week in Saudi, and I assume you're going to be next week if you're not in Tokyo or somewhere like that. So. What do you think has been, other than the money, I think the money is the easy thing to say to someone's through money, what has been the common denominator now to get all these big fights happening, both domestically and abroad?
I think taking away ego, taking away anything that, money's important.
Of course it is.
You're not going to stand there and lie. Money was an important factor, but at the same time, it's about making great fights happen and relationships, And I think once you break it down, we get on very well with Frank Warren now. And George Warren, we've always had a good relationship with, and it's about getting past those initial. A lot of it's this.
Oh, absolutely.
Stuff.
Yeah.
It's built from this, and he said this, you said this, and then you respond to it, and it's never ended.
Yeah,
and it gets worse and worse and worse, and it builds up, and then you think, oh, he's an arsehole, But actually, when you get to sit and talk to someone, you go, actually, quite a nice bloke.
Yeah.
And I think that's what has been great, is actually breaking down those barriers and going, do you know what? Let's just make great fights, and we all get on, and we're doing it outside of Saudi now.
Yeah.
See it here. Chef Clark's fighting Ellis Zoro with Queensbury. We've got Shabazz Massoud fighting Liam Davis on a Queensbury show in July, and that's good. If we can make great fights that benefit the sport of boxing, then happy days.
So what does continued success look like for you in that? Sorry, they'll be raging with this because I'm asking you proper questions.
I love proper questions.
But what does continued success?
We can get some clickbait
like?
somewhere else. As well. Continued success for me in the business is, I think we're a business very much built around Eddie and profile, which is great. It's been huge for us. But I want to take it to that next level globally. We're doing an event, we signed for multiple events in Japan. Yeah. And that's something Eddie hasn't been too involved in. But it's about building the Matchroom brand so that you're not relying on an individual or a character. You're relying on the brand we've built. Yeah. So for me, it's about global growth. And that's what we'll continue to do. We're in a great place in the UK. We're never going to take our eye off the ball out of the UK, US markets, Mexico. But it's about building the business out from there. And that's the focus. That's my day-to-day really now, what I'm doing.
This is where your head's at. So anyway, go back to last week.
I thought you were going to say going back to clickbait.
No. Probably, yeah. But go back to last week. Huge event, massive event. I asked Eddie this question earlier. I'm interested in your take. Does this fight make AJ's losses to Usyk better? And has he come out of it probably better than the pair of them?
I think the truth is, for me, is they can all beat each other on their best night, and that's what makes the sport so great. You know, look, it was a close. I think Tyson Fury was probably 5-2 ahead in that fight, but Usyk, as he always does, finds a way, you know, to come back, and he deserved to win that fight. But you know, I think you can compare and say, right, what was AJ like in that fight? What was the scorecards here? What was the? But AJ was never hurt really, like Tyson was in either of his fights, and you know, I think it's great because it keeps the narrative going. People want to see these fights, and all these fights will happen as well. So, yeah, I think it changes people's views, but people's perception and view changes constantly. After Josh knocked out Francis Ngannou, he's back on top again.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because they're comparing that to Tyson Fury. It's quite easy to compare all these fights, but the reality is when they get in there with each other, that's the only time you'll see. Absolutely.
And then on Oleksandr Usyk, do we think he's in a situation now where he is pound for pound number one?
I believe so. I believe so. What he's done at cruiserweight, now at heavyweight, he's amateur pedigree before that.
Sonny Edwards was just telling me all about it because obviously I'm like a boxing fan, but I don't know all of that. And he was saying he was a superstar from those days all the way to now. Sorry for interrupting.
No. I know. Look, he's like, I'm a bit like you. Like, as in, I'm not as a passionate of a boxing fan. Or like a hardcore.
Yes.
But to see what he's done in the sport is spectacular. Especially that move to heavyweight, the size difference as well.
And I think for me, he was the one who hasn't ducked anybody. I don't think that's ever been put at his floor that he was scared of or he's wanted to do a business decision. No, I think it's fantastic.
He hasn't got it in him.
Just moving forward. You know what? I haven't asked Eddie this yet, so I'll get your opinion on it. For a lot of us, myself included, Conor Benn situation. Will we ever get closer to that being done, dusted, find out what's going on?
I feel like we've said it so many times. Of we're here, we're a week away, we're 2 weeks away. We will get there. No one wants it more than Conor Benn and us. We want to get him back in the ring, and I hope we'll have an answer soon. You know, because we want to get him back boxing in the UK. He's arguably in the top 4 names in British boxing.
100%.
Everyone's calling him out. There's huge fights to be made out there. So that's the focus for us, and we just need a date now. That's all.
I'm about to say, where is the delay? For an amateur that don't know, why is it delay?
Ongoing legal matter that they're going back and forth on. You know, I wish we could give more.
Absolutely, I get that.
It's just at the point now where hopefully very soon we'll get somewhere, because it's been a long, tiring process. It's been coming up to 18 months now that this has been going on, and we want to get him back in the ring in the UK.
Am I right? I think it probably would have been back now if he was banned originally. Am I right in thinking that?
Anything's possible. I definitely think, you know, he would have learned a lot from this process, but I think we've learned a lot from this process. You know, people will say it wasn't handled correctly, but at the same time, you only learn when you go through these moments.
Absolutely. Mate, Conor, I love Conor. Conor's a friend of mine, so I just thought it'd be remiss of me to not ask that, because it's a question that seems to go on. Anytime I listen to TalkSport or things like that, they're always there.
It feels like it's never ending, but hopefully we'll get there.
I want your opinion on one more thing before I let you go. Chisora versus Joyce. Why do I feel like it's a perfect fight for Derek?
I think Derek Chisora can win that fight, 100%.
Absolutely.
Look, a lot of people have their view that Derek should have retired. Derek, he's become a close friend of mine. Take away the boxing, take away the business, he's a close friend of mine. I think it's a fight he can win. I think, you know, many people would think he should have retired, but then he's done so many things. People have said that over the years. But I'm team Derek Chisora all day long.
No, I just think Derek, not known as well as you, he just lights up a room. When he walks in, everyone thinks he's louder, but his personality, his soul, he's perfect.
You never know what he's going to say.
Absolutely not. But he's genuinely, at his core, he's good. I was at a boxing event not too long ago, and he pulled up in his smart car, and I was walking down the street, and all I heard was, Deeney, get out of here. And I was thinking, who the fuck is that? Turn around, it's Derek climbing out of a smart car.
You wouldn't want to have a tear up on the street with him, would you?
No.
I know you're a big lump.
No, but he's a much bigger lump. Anyway, right. Always a pleasure, sir. Thank you. Catch up with you properly on Saturday. Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
All good?
Yeah, all good. I just don't like